Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Henry, and this is Conservative Commentary. Well, the Daniel Penny verdict is in, and I think the jury properly found that there was no criminally negligent homicide committed. In fact, I believe this is a case that never should have been brought. Hey, before we jump into the discussion, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow. And go over to youtube.com/@KennethJHenry and check out our other videos. Now, turning to the Daniel Penny verdict, I believe this whole prosecution was racially motivated. I do not believe that if Daniel Penny had been a black man and Justin Neely had been a white man, a prosecution would ever have been brought. I believe this is a classic instance of reverse discrimination. Daniel Penny was a hero. He stepped forward and protected everyone on that train station, black, white, American, foreigner, whomever it might have been. He protected them from this crazy man who was one of New York's most widely known, one of 50 most dangerous, widely known, homeless people. Yet Mr. Neely's father steps up to the microphone yelling and screaming about justice for his son who was homeless. How much did he really care about his son until the dollar signs began to flow? I have a real problem with these kinds of things. You see, if he really cared about his son, he would have made sure that he got the treatment that he needed and he wouldn't have been homeless. But now, hey, justice can bring Mr. Neely some dollars, he thinks. I hope he doesn't get a penny. He doesn't deserve it. Now let's talk about this jury that acquitted Mr. Penny. 7 women, 5 men, including an African-American woman on the jury, unanimously found that Mr. Penny was not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. So that tells us that not only did the white members of the jury, but there were also Latino members of the jury, I believe an Asian member of the jury, and an African-American member of the jury, all found that he was not criminally negligent. But you can bet your bottom dollar that the race baiters out there are going to start beating the drums, such as Al Sharpton, who's already been involved, running his big mouth. Al ought to pay his taxes that he owes, for one thing. Of course, he has to have a controversy to be relevant to anybody. And I'm not sure he's relevant these days to anyone anyway. But he'll be beating his gums, you can bet your bottom dollar. And Mr. Neely's father will be standing up saying, "We've come here for justice before and been turned away." Who's we? Justice is blind, or should be. But with Alvin Bragg at the helm in the DA's office in Manhattan, justice is certainly not blind. But justice was served in this case. However it was brought, the system worked. The sad part is Mr. Penny incurred tons of legal fees that I hope funds are raised to cover. And because of this senseless civil lawsuit, will also incur a stiff series of legal fees to defend him from the scurrilous charges brought by Neely's father. Take a look at the following clip, and I would love to know what your thoughts are about this prosecution and the verdict. And just leave those thoughts with us in the comments.
Daniel Penny found not guilty of negligent homicide in the death of Jordan Neely. We were just hearing reaction from Jordan Neely's father and other supporters. The jury reached a decision after more than 20 hours of deliberations. This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here with my co-host Kayleigh McEnany and Emily Campagno. Also joining us today, Molly Line, Fox News correspondent. Great to see her. And Larry Kudlow, host of Kudlow on Fox Business. Also great to see you, Larry. CB Cotton on the story. CB, it is unfathomable at this point, as two black women on screen, that this has come down to a race issue and not about Daniel Penny's innocence. Like, not guilty.
Well, I can tell you, Harris, the protesters who are here outside the courthouse are very, very upset right now. They're chanting no justice, no peace. And we actually just heard in a press conference from several of Jordan Neely's family members, Jordan Neely's father, Andrew Zachary, saying he misses his son and he believes there is a two-tiered system of justice. But I also want to talk about the moments in the courtroom when we heard this not guilty verdict. For the first time, we saw some emotion from Daniel Penny when he learned his fate. He smiled in that courtroom. His defense attorney started clapping, and this was obviously a very joyous moment for the defense. But for Neely supporters, there was anger. When the defense attorney started clapping, Jordan Neely's father said, quote, "Are you trying to get effing killed?" An activist in the courtroom also started making loud threats, one of them saying, quote, "It's a racist effing country." So tensions are particularly high here at the courthouse.